Hey everyone, it is 6:54 in the evening on the 2nd of October 2022. My day started really well, especially considering I had set the alarm in my kitchen for 7 a.m, knowing that it would really be 8 because daylight savings started. I really don't like daylight savings, like at all. But I slept through it, or more to the point, I ignored it and was able to sleep through it. So by the time I actually got up, it was like 10:20 a.m. according to the new time, so 9:20 if it wasn't daylight savings. I'd smoke at a joint because I was having a really good day. It's been really sunny, and I wanted to work outside on my uni stuff. And I started writing it like I would write it for one of my blogs for my own website, because that was able to help me excuse me, take me out of my own mind, to stop the overthinking, because I never overthink when I write blogs for all of you to read. And I definitely don't overthink when I make these videos, because I'm very literally smoking a joint right now and having a Smirnoff Ice. Here's the thing though, my day was going really well, and I stayed outside for as long as I could because I used the sunscreen twice. But I even said to Graham, I was like, I still feel like I'm getting too red considering. And he's like, did you put it on 15-20 minutes before you went out? And I was like, no. So apparently that's one of those common sense things I've just forgotten about, because I tend to put sunscreen on right before I'm about to go out. So definitely learnt that one. So I went back in and put more on. Anyway, I was doing really well. I'm really happy with how much I've done. Goes without saying, I'm going to have to drop words because, like I said, I'm writing it to all of you right now, and conciseness isn't my thing. So, I have been told before in the past, though, from uni that, excuse me, that because the work is my own, once it's been submitted and graded and then released back to me, I am actually allowed to post my university stuff on my own website. So if I write it to all of you, that makes it easier for me, and then I just copy the document into a new one, which is where I'll cut the words, and I will decide upon receiving my grades which version of which I will show you. But thinking about assignments through the eyes of writing for all of you, making a massive difference. Anyway, I came back inside because it was too hot. I should probably put that out over there, I think. And I kept going, and I was really happy with where I'm at. And one of my friends, he's got shit going on, and I was helping her, I was listening to her, so I'd have to take time aside from uni. And then I googled these things, because for a ready-made drink, these are definitely my favorites. And they happen to be on sale, so they're normally $26 for a box of 4, and they were $17, which I was like, awesome, I'm having a great day, everything's wonderful, I'm kicking ass on my assignment, I'm helping people. I've even written a message to my client because I need to know what's going on, because let's face it, I'm supposed to work today and I haven't, and it's an entire week worth no work. So I didn't put myself on the platform for no bloody reason, yeah. I only want one client, this is true, and I'm very happy if it's only one shift a week, but I need to know what the hell is going on. I have not as yet sent it because my version of everything is too long, as we are well aware, so I sent it to Graham and I was like, can you please help me make this shorter? Which he did, way shorter, which was helpful. I have not as yet read it because I plan to just pop around the corner to the local bottle store and pick up what I wanted. But I always call it when I want something specifically and it's on sale. I am very much that person who calls first, because if I get there and it's not there, that's just going to tip me off. So in that case, preempting shit, probably a good thing. But they were sold out. So I asked them which one is the next closest to us. And they gave me a couple, which I googled, and then looked at the GPS. And then once I sort of figured out which one I thought was closer out of the other three in the vicinity of where I live, I called them, asked the same question. And it said on Google that it was connected to a supermarket. And I really, really don't like shopping. Like, there's a reason I order online, yeah? But I very much have needed, like staple, you know, what am I, like fucking, like bread and Nuttalex, which is literally a vegan version of butter, yeah? So bread and butter, the basics. And I have done my online shopping in the cart multiple times, but as we're aware, by the time I do online shopping, usually I'm in bed and I've smoked. Definitely not what I'm prescribed per day, but a fair chunk of it in one go, because that's what I do. So I am taking like 0.3 of the oil when I wake up. I've decided, because 0.2, point 0.3 is, it's better, right? And as I have multiple many specialists who all say the same thing, which is, it really is just a fucking figure it out as you go, yeah? And as we're aware, and if you're not, because you haven't been following me for long enough, I am legally prescribed 2 grams a day. Might not seem like anything to the next person, but believe you me, I have never ever smoked that much in a day in my life. Not once. I don't even think I've ever smoked a gram all by myself in a day. I often think about experimenting by doing that, but I just physically don't think I'd be able to smoke that much weed in a day. I just don't. I would green out. I am absolutely fucking positive of that much. Taking Ritalin also obviously affects shit, because I have absolutely no appetite whatsoever unless I'm stoned. The problem there then is the fact that I don't eat properly throughout the day, which I'm highly aware of and trying to fix. But then I get like super stoned in the evening because I live alone and I get bored, and there's only so much university I can do to keep my mind occupied, and I go to bed and I get stoned and I watch fucking Netflix. And I am unfortunately one of those weed smokers who absolutely gets the stoner munchies. Like, fucking A, it drives me insane. I have like pictures I've made that literally say what I know I'm gonna think while I'm stoned, and then they're like crossed out, and then what I want in reality written underneath. I showed Andrew them the other day because I found them while I was going through my arts and crafts stuff, because for my notes for the exam I wanted coloured papers between them. Now, I kept up to date with my weekly content until week 5, which I think I actually even may have watched in week 6, which was the week after inter-trimester break, and I had no seminar. It is now week exams, like this is the beginning of exams. That's very real. And it's like, I'm not stressed, like Graham's not stressed, I'm not stressed, most of my friends are. I think there are multiple reasons I'm not freaking out, at least yet, is the fact that I am very much taking it one moment at a time. Not even one day. I want to make sure I clarify this. One moment, one situation, one whatever at a time. Because I almost had a fucking panic attack in the goddamn supermarket this afternoon. But I'm getting there. So, yeah, I'm not freaked out, but it's sort of also like I know this feeling within me. Like, it's obviously not the first exam I've sat. But I'm not up to date. I'm doing one unit, and I'm very much not up to date. And sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, how the fuck does this actually happen? But I'm really, really mean to myself. Even the score that we got back, the result we got back from all the other stuff in the survey that wasn't needed for the assignments, literally said I need to be kinder to myself. It was weird. Like, I have had a great day. I was talking about not wanting to go shopping. I hate it. I can't even explain why. Because I don't fucking know. Yeah? The only time I'm able to go shopping in the supermarket, usually if I'm by myself, is if I've got headphones on and I'm listening to either music or my textbook or something like that. Because today I was like, no, I'm not going to do either, because I only need just a really few things. And then that's when I registered, well, no, it's not fucking true. So I made everything harder for myself today. It was the same thing that happens when I'm trying to do an assignment and I'm in overwhelm. I'm like looking, but I'm not seeing fucking anything. It's just like, I know you're there. I wish I understood how to make other people understand what the fuck it's like. But I wouldn't wish it on anyone, yeah? So I forgot the thing I needed the most, right? Which was the Nuttalex. I actually bought like chips and lollies that aren't even vegan today. But like the overwhelm was just getting worse and worse to the point where I was just like, all I care about is getting out of the shop with what I need. And I still didn't even actually manage that. I hadn't gotten a trolley. That made it harder because, again, brain not actually computing to what is happening. But yeah, so I left to go to the shops to get my, this particular one I rung, and they were like, yeah, we have a couple. And I was like, well, can you please put 2 aside for me? And they were like, yeah. So, like I said, I even wrote a little list. Everything was good. But it just got bigger and harder and more difficult to breathe as, the longer I stayed in that store. I finally got through the end of it. Thankfully, it was the universe, opened up and a aisle, an actual person aisle became, was right available, because fucked if I'm putting through anything that's only more than a couple of items through my own self-serve. I understand the point, but I'm just not doing it. Not in that state of overwhelm anyway. So obviously, I listened to Rocky Horror really loud on the way back. Let's face it, I listened to it really loud on the way there too, but it's my background noise in my car these days. Once I had planned on going to get a drink. I'd already pre-rolled the joint. I'd packed some of the capsules, right? And I planned to come back and keep doing my assignment. But it's like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's like 8 minutes past 7 in the evening. It doesn't feel like it. Doesn't look like it, obviously. I really, really, really wanted to buy just like a ready-made dinner, and I didn't because there weren't any on sale. But I bought vegan mince to make like proper bolognese, and I'm looking forward to that, but that's not happening today. I do have to go out to my garden because I'm absolutely positive that the beetroot and the onions were ready a while ago, so I've absolutely no idea what, if anything, happens if you leave them in the ground for too long. Guess I will find out. But basically when I got home, by the time I got home, it was like I already knew that I was obviously gonna come home, unpack the car, put everything away as soon as as soon as possible. I was gonna open a drink even before I'd finished that, which I did. This is the first one. And then smoke some weed with my joint. And what am I trying to say? Go back to my assignment. I still hadn't figured out what I was having for dinner. They didn't have any hash browns. Just me being all fucked up in my head because I was at the grocery, like the supermarket. I wish people understood that shit's real. Like, so many of us are faking being normal. Okay? There's absolutely no explanation for me to be that overwhelmed at the grocery market. Why do I... Anyway. No rational explanation, I don't think. And I'm the one that lived through it. But I came home, I did exactly what I was going to. I had some of my drink. I went into my room and obviously I put my TV on straight away. Part of me is thinking I want to wait till I hang this camera up before I smoke the rest of this, and then the other part of me just realised who knows when that will be, right? I don't know if yes, I like the poppy. I don't usually put normal filters in a joint, but honestly I have so much fucking weed, it's not funny. And I like the menthol taste. Boss must be sleeping because there's 2 dogs walking across from me, and Boss isn't making any noise. I swear to God, that looks like the dad of the neighbour who I wrote a story about on my website. He's like the main featured article story. But anyway, it's been a while since I feel like I've had a real good chat with all of you. Some things are just too hard to explain. I feel strange. Well, right now I feel stoned. It's quite lovely, I will be honest. But yeah, I've found a movie to watch that's like ready to go on my telly. I don't feel mad or overwhelmed or anything anymore, but I've almost finished an entire drink and Smirnoff Red. Though on saying that kind of comes across like I think those 2 things are what fixed it. That's not true, because when I could be in a bad mood or sad mood or whatever it might be, I could take copious amounts of either, more likely both, and it doesn't change my mood. In fact, those times it makes it worse, yeah, so I'm feeling good today. Though I even said to Graham, I was like, spending the day with you, aside from the circumstances, like it's helped fill my cup of energy, we were to fill our own cup, right? And he had mentioned, he was like, yeah, like you've definitely he's poly, so he has like multiple partners, right? And as we're aware, I stopped having sex with other people on the 8th of December 2020, and well, I'm still only having sex with myself. So we were talking about the rare possibility if I was to be in a situation where it's either like some kind of like dating relationship or some bullshit. And he was like, even if it is Mr. X, he's like, say, you know, they get divorced, whatever happens, he comes back in 10 years from now, he's like, you don't, like, you have to date. And I was like, dude, I don't know the fucking man. I don't know him now. I really don't. I don't even try to pretend that I do. But anyway, the point to the thing was, he was like, right now, Luke, he goes, you have literally no energy to spare. And I wasn't sure totally how I felt about that, even though I know that was my ego, because he's totally right. But the, like, severity of my overwhelm and anxiety of being in that fucking supermarket this evening proves that he was right. And that's cool. I know that. I got heaps to work on. And I'm okay with that. Because look at the bullshit I'm dealing with. I did realise, thankfully, that I can just have toasted egg sandwiches for dinner. And even though I don't have nut leeks, I do have vegan mayo and vegan garlic aioli. As ironic as that sounds, since I'm putting it with egg. But yeah. Oh fuck, my neighbour's walking. Let's hope he doesn't come this way. Oh, he's not. Awesome. Hold on 1 second, people. Oh, Jesus, my legs hurt so bad. The bruises from breaking into my house the other day after I locked myself out. So like really, really, really bad. Black and blue and purple and just icky. But I have decided, after talking to all of you for the last 23 minutes, that I am going to actually make some egg toasted sandwiches right now, and then go and watch whatever this movie is that I put on my TV. And I've been sitting in my little kitchen because it's nice, and I open the door and my living room's been hot. But yeah, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm stoned. At least I got all the stuff, most of it. I doubt I'll even have any more to drink. I know I'm gonna smoke more weed, let's face it, we all know I'm gonna smoke more weed, but yeah, the one drink was enough. Happy Sunday to you all. Talk to you tomorrow.